Ladies and gents, this is the review you've been waiting for. You're crawling in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor. Don't worry, I'm not creative enough to do an entire review as a musical. The Greatest Showman, an original musical with Hugh Jackman alongside two co-stars with some Disney Channel roots in Zendaya and Zac Efron. Of course, Zac Efron in his first musical role since the High School Musical days, which personally I'm a fan of. Haven't seen the third one, first two. Anyway, in this one, Hugh Jackman plays P.T. Barnum, who of course people will know from Barnum and Bailey's Greatest Show on Earth, rest in peace. And it's, the story of him creating the circus and bringing it to life and kind of bringing in all these societal outcasts and whatever. But really, you can't come into this film thinking of it as telling the story of P.T. Barnum, because it doesn't do that, at least, accurately. Historically, I think, there's plenty of quotes and stories about this guy, how he was, businessman first, didn't really care about anybody. There's the quote that is attributed to him famously, if there's a sucker born every minute, and that really he just wanted to kind of make a lot of money, and he didn't really care how. He lied all the time, and this movie kind of portrays him as doing this circus thing kind of as a way to help out these people that are outcast in society and kind of give them a home, which questionable whether that was his true motivation. But if you just go into this as it being a story about some guy creating the circus at a point in time with this cast of characters, I think can be a blast. It was very obvious to me that everyone really was passionate about what was happening. I know Hugh Jackman in particular has been trying to get this up and going for a while, and certainly he brought some passion to his role, and I really bought into his character. Again, not necessarily a P.T. Barnum, but just the way his character was built in the film. I was all into it, and I bought into Zac Efron. Zendaya, I wish was in the movie more, because I loved every second she was in it, and the supporting cast of the circus members and some of the other people, like the Hugh Jackman's wife, they were all really energetic, and especially in the songs, you could just feel the excitement and the fun kind of oozing out of them. And I think that was a big part of also how I could buy into the relationships in the film, especially Zendaya and Zac Efron. They kind of have the classic will they won't they thing going on, and they literally have love at first sight. I mean, Zac Efron, like the first time he sees Zendaya, it's just like and it goes into slow motion, and I'm like, wow, okay. But I loved the chemistry that they had. Every second they were on film, I could tell like they both wanted each other, but it wasn't right, and they couldn't, all that stuff. And if this sounds cheesy, it totally is. It's way over the top. It's way cheesy, but that's exactly what I loved about it. That's what I wanted. It's a story with an uplifting message, with actors that are committing to it 100%. And the songs, I definitely would recommend listening to the soundtrack before going to see the movie if you can, because I think that will, as it is a musical, it will play a heavy part in whether you enjoy the movie or not. It's very pop-like, but I really enjoyed how they kind of have the pop tones. It's kind of produced, but then they still have those moments where, the entire cast comes in and joins in, and just an electric and energetic chorus that I can just sing all the time, everywhere, and I do. Unfortunately for some people. During the songs, it felt choreographed like a Broadway show almost. It was just dancing anywhere, everywhere, in the street, in the circus, in the middle of a riot, in a fancy house, in a ballroom, wherever, whatever. And the dance moves didn't even really make sense. We're dancing in a riot. It's not, kind of doing a choreographed, obviously, dance fight type thing, like, it's beat it, like we're fighting, but really we're just dancing. It was just random dance moves that happened to fit the music, but the dance moves were very interesting, and they were very active, and I and because of that, I was feeling it, and I was on top of it, and it was just really fun. And I think that's the most I can say about this. I really have to give it an above solid rating. I would love to go see it again just because it's a fun time. I feel like the chemistry of everybody and the energy of the songs and the music and the dancing just radiates off the screen. I was like, yes, give me more of that, please. And all the actors do a solid job. The singing is well done. Again, listen to the soundtrack before if you can. But I would definitely check this out if you just want a ridiculous, over-the-top, but very enjoyable film.